So looks like today we have some bad news straight from the man himself. Now this is of course going to be talking about Kevin Feige. Now before I fully get into what he said, this warrants a little bit of an explanation. Now Kevin Feige is of course currently heading everything in the MCU, specifically in the movies division. And he has a long-standing history of working with Sony and Fox. Now when Sony of course produced the bomb that was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that was more or less a major critical bomb, but it wasn't so much of a financial bomb. And you know, Sony saw fit to kind of sit down and renegotiate with Kevin Feige and Disney and Marvel and get Spider-Man into the MCU for the benefit of them seeing that they could make more money in the long run. Now of course the Amazing Spider-Man franchise could have still continued and it still would have made a ton of money, but what would the critical success be, you know, that would correlate with the fan success and then the initial box office? Because it probably would have ended up being diminishing returns, much like the X-Men franchise seems to be doing. Now this brings us to X-Men Apocalypse, which of course vastly underperformed when you look at what it's done compared to the other X-Men movies, and considering its budget and what they were going for, there's some cause to be concerned about it. But recently Kevin Feige got to sit down with Variety, and when he was asked about the, you know, chances of them working with Fox to bring the X-Men into the MCU, he said, and I quote, "It's an impossibility at this junction. We certainly have enough films to keep us busy for a number of lifetimes." So right there, he pretty much confirms that it's not going to happen. You know, it's impossible at this junction. Now, what the junction and what the standstill could be, you know, still remains to be seen, and it could be playing coy. Obviously, we've heard this before, you know, when they were outright asked about some of the Sony rumors and if there was a idea that they could be sharing characters, pretty much all the partners involved came out and said, no, there's no truth to that, when we knew there was, considering the leaked emails. And then literally like 2 weeks before the Spider-Man announcement was made, once again they were like, yeah, we haven't really heard anything about rumors or anything like that, and then it's made. So, you know, you can never fully take them at their word, but you should never also discredit them. And I believe Kevin Feige, when he says this, that he's being, you know, wholeheartedly honest with us, is just saying, guys, it's not going to happen right now. Who's to say it's not going to happen 5 years from now? Who's to say it's not going to happen 2 weeks from now? But right now where he's sitting, it doesn't look like it. So there it is. You guys let me know your thoughts about this down below.